All right, so I know a lot of y'all are going to be very, very happy to hear that the feds are officially involved in the Stockton mass shooting case.
FBI, open up!
And to the dumbasses who did this shit, man, y'all is cooked, bro. Y'all is cooked. It's over. Your ass is grass. You are about to go up against a system that has a 96% conviction rate with a lot more high-profile cases than yourselves. Let's check this out, bro. Come on.
Stockton is in trouble. Hey, you know you guys done messed up, right?
Over.
You know you done messed up. These shooters, and I say plural because according to the feds who have now stepped in, it is multiple shooters, right? Allegedly, that have done the misdeed of taking children's lives unnecessarily behind gang violence in the city of Stockton. So what has happened now? What has happened is, just like I knew what was going to happen, just like anyone who's lived that street life or been around knows what was going to happen. See, it goes in steps, but this one is not baby steps. When babies are murdered, it's leaps and bounds, right? The feds have now stepped in. There is now federal agencies in the city of Stockton, and best believe they're using numerous resources to identify the suspects in this case.
Shit.
Okay, it has been put out there by the federal government that they have now stepped in to the Stockton investigation, and they are relentless in pursuing the suspects.
Oh shit!
They have already put out there that they are well knowing that it is multiple suspects that did this crime.
Now I said the other day, go check. I was right. I said Ricos are coming to Stockton, and people were getting mad at me, acting like I'm tripping, just throwing that word out there. Just letting y'all know, the first step to a Rico happening is the feds coming into your city and starting investigations. Now look, I don't look so crazy and stupid now, huh? I don't look like a conspiracist now. It's over, man.
They know it was gang related. I'm sure they know a lot more that they're not putting out there because they don't want the situation of the investigation to be tainted, right? They don't want the integrity of the investigation to be stepped on or walked over. This right here, when you kill children in a mass shooting, you gain national attention and everybody knows what's up. But they're leaking a few details out there that I thought I would update you guys on. Those of you that are not following up on the story through big, large media and just through social media, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there.
All right.
Excuse me. I've been working early this morning. So with the feds stepping in, that means all forensic evidence, all shell casings, all anything.
If you guys aren't familiar, the feds have so much more resources than your local police department. It's literally like high school versus the NBA. All right. So the probability, right, of Stockton figuring this crime out, moderate to low, because Stockton has such a high rate of not figuring out homicides. Let's just be honest. But the feds, they're coming with way more resources. I'm telling you, whoever did this, fucked. It's over. It's over, dude. If you guys didn't know the distinction, those are the difference between the two.
DNA is all going to be utilized at the highest level. See, when you have local authorities doing investigations, it's kind of word of mouth. They do what they have to do, but they might overlook something, especially in smaller towns like Stockton, even where I'm from, Merced. Different cities in the Central Valley are not as advanced as a bigger city, say like Oakland or Frisco or San Jose, or even Los Angeles and San Diego, right? I say San Diego. I don't know. I know it's LA, but I take it way back. You know, when the feds jump in, that means someone's going down. It's only a matter of time. If you guys recall, when the Goshen massacre happened, the incident in Tulare County, where a 16-year-old and her infant baby were killed, as well as other family members, and it was done by two alleged at that time actors.
Well, shit, when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, they caught that nigga in like not even a couple days. So that was like a professional damn near. You all saw that. This is a YN. These is YNs. This nigga gonna get caught in a couple days, guaranteed.
That gained a lot of national attention. I remember in the beginning, they were trying to point fingers at cartels because it was execution-style killings. And of course, they started to point fingers at the cartel. But slowly but surely, as soon as the feds stepped in, the truth started to unravel. And it was only a matter of time before the suspects were apprehended. Houses were raided. One suspect tried to put up a fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
In the investigate during the situation. And that's just how that went. These guys in Stockton will not get away with this.
Absolutely
not at all.
Absolutely
when you kill
no
children,
more.
There's an outcry in the community. There's people, community leaders and activists that are actually coming together and holding conferences and stepping up to the podium and saying enough is enough. And they're trying to fight back in the city of Stockton. Now, Stockton has always had gang members, and it probably always will have gang members, because at the end of the day, man, the gang members mentality is this: we control the city. This is our town, and we're going to do.
I ain't gonna lie, it ain't even that, bro. With the gang members in Stockton, it's more so like they just don't give a fuck. It's really like who can do the dumbest shit, who can crash. It's like Chicago. Who can crash out the hardest? And you get cool points. Up until this, like, bro, they were putting in rap songs talking about little kids getting smoked and shit. It's just nobody actually went through and did it yet. This is the first time it's really done. Now you're seeing people kind of turn around like, oh, shit, because they realize how serious it is. Stockton is not really just like we run the city. They don't give a fuck about the civilians. Y'all just collateral damage. That's really what's going on. They just don't care.
Until the feds come in. See, if you have any smarts about yourself, if you have any type of street smarts, then you understand
join church,
when feds are in the business, when they are involved, somebody is going down, and not just one person, but several people are going down for a very, very large amount of time.
No, whole gangs are going down,
because
bro.
Weapons were used. You know, I don't know if they're going to handle it on the state level and send these suspects when they are arrested and charge them with the state, or I don't know if it was automatic guns used or ghost guns. You know, depending upon the shells and what they got, the evidence, they're going to easily recognize the caliber of the gun, if it had a switch on it, what it was, and depending upon that, they can be charged federally. Okay, go to the feds. Now, at the end of the day, that comes later. Their focus of their investigation, I'm sure right now, is on apprehending these suspects and hoping that these suspects don't flee the area. Now, if I was involved in a situation like that, I'd be beside myself, because I know the whole world is waiting and hoping that I'd get caught. And it's kind of hard to wiggle. You know, eventually someone's going to fuck up. They're going to tell their old lady something, or their old lady already knows, or her friends.
I got to give it to you YNs this time, though. I'm very, very impressed that you dumb assholes didn't go make a rap song about it. I really thought an Instagram post or a rap song by now would have gotten y'all caught. The fact that it's almost been a week and that hasn't happened, I'm impressed. Either way, though, y'all ass is still grass, man. It's the feds, 96% conviction rate. They gonna find you. When it was the Stockton Police Department, you might have gotten away with it. But now that it's feds, the Lord can't help you now.
They're friends, and eventually you get caught. Usually when you're on the run or you do a crime, everybody, even your own homies that you think are trying to hide you out, are turning you in. There's now a $25,000 reward.
I think it's 85,000 now. That's what I've been hearing. 85 now.
Tip hotlines. There's a lot going on. So like I said, man, the net is already cast by the feds and is starting to slowly close. But there's been some more information leaked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, man. Without putting too much people on blast, I'm not going to say who did what, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. During the course of the investigation, we've seen several bullet holes in the front, and it's been known, according to eyewitnesses, testimony from people that were actually shot and people that were there at the birthday party, that, and they're not saying too much, right? There's a lot of people that ain't saying shit. They're sticking to the street code. There was a lot of street code individuals there, and there's a lot of people that I'm sure just don't want retaliation for telling or snitching. You know, it is what it is. When it comes to children being killed, man, you got to step up. You got to step up in remembrance of them children. You got to step up and put it out there, unless these individuals are trying to retaliate themselves and handle their business internally. It is what it is.
That is the stupidest shit you can do. Yo, kids just got smart. Here's the thing these gangbangers need to realize, too. The kids that got killed, it's on you. Their blood is on your hands because you beef with everybody. And instead of saying, let's hold the venue somewhere else or we can't come, you decided to show up like you're just a normal civilian. And everyone there, they should also like understand, like, hey, you know what? We love you and all that. You family or whatever. But you in some bad shit. You can't come around here right now. So like going and retaliating as if like you didn't have something to do with it, it just don't help. All you do is throw yourself in more fire, bro. You're literally throwing gasoline onto a fucking fire, like a huge ass fire.
Man, you know, all bets are off when it comes to children. To me, that's personally, but I understand living that gang life when you're an active gang member. you got to go by the street code. There's certain rules and regulations unspoken that you must abide by.
Everybody been breaking them.
So there's a lot of people that ain't saying anything.
It's hella corny.
But during the course of this investigation, it has been revealed that one or more shooters came into the party and let loose in the party, then ran to the front of the building to let off. Right? Several people at the party were hit, and we already know 4 victims died. Right? But there was much more.
Bro, on the video, we saw him like shoot with the ARs and shit from way across. What, they ran in? Oh shit!
4 victims,
bro, they wanted
and I'm gonna elaborate in another video about the other victims that were involved, because
it gets worse.
The sole focus is going towards the children that were killed, but there was also more children that were shot. Okay, and they're not getting their flowers. They're not getting their, spoken on. They're not getting, imagine a kid being shot. It's even harder. All right, if a kid gets shot and is dead, that's unfortunate. That's tragic. That sucks. There's, so many negative things I could say about the killers who've done that. But when you have a kid that's young, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, and was shot at a very vulnerable age, when they're just trying to figure out who they are, they don't even know right from wrong quite yet, right? And they're shot, man. That's a big thing to overcome. Sometimes it could be your leg. It could have ruined their chances at, a career in sports or a modeling career, or scars that, it could ruin a child's life and definitely ruin the parent's life. There's a lot of people affected. It's just not the community that's tired of the bullshit. It's just not us on social media that are talking about it and watching it. But you have to think really deep down inside, man. All the people that were shot in this incident could have post-traumatic. They could be reliving and rethinking every aspect of what happened. And it was a very scary situation. Being shot myself in the head and being shot in the foot, I understand what it feels like.
I do too. I got shot too.
And to not be able to clap back at that particular time and to take that bullet. So I can only imagine
it sucks.
What went through the mind of children when they're falling and yelling and pushing and cussing and running inside closets. It's just very, I'm anguished to think about that, right? And to think what they have to go through now to overcome the barriers of the mind, man, because the mental controls a lot, right? And mentally, I'm sure they're drained, and mentally, I'm sure they're scared to death. And that sucks that there's dudes.
See, I made a video last night talking about what the media was withholding. Everybody's like, bro, the media is not lying, blah, 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 because y'all are so docile and gullible. I have been telling y'all, there is stuff about this case that has not been put out to the public for the media yet. Now y'all see, now that's unraveling. Everything I said was right. The RICO, the media, all of it. I know what I'm saying, bro. Like, seriously. And the fact that, bro, all these gangs, they count as terrorists right now. They're going to get RICOs. I've been right about everything I said. I have not missed. I am 100% from the goal line.
Around right now, or whoever running around right now laughing about the fact that they killed some people and some children. They better be scared, because the feds are coming. Now, during the course of this investigation, what I wanted to update you on, which to me, when I heard it, I was like, stupid asses. But I understand, right? There were several guns found on the roof of the building where they were having a birthday party. Bro. Now, there's been people speculating maybe the shooters were on the roof, and look, at shooters are not going to leave guns behind.
Nah.
Okay? They're not going to leave the gun on the scene. They're going to get off.
See, the media wasn't telling us everything. 9 times out of 10, Nano and Dougie Threes, any gangbanger that was there, this had to do with it. Conviction. So look, see this, and they got on Instagram and all that, and on the news and started lying. Bro, y'all are convicted felons in the same premises as firearms and in the same premises as other convicted felons. That's why they're in jail. I told you the media is not telling us all of it. And y'all looked at me like I was crazy.
For they're mad at now, of course, shells will fall. They can't pick every one of those up because things are going fast. But they're definitely not going to leave guns. They might drop a gun. I could tell you about an incident a long time ago. My homeboy fucking dropped the gun. I had to go up in the window and grab something. Not saying it was used. I'm just saying it dropped, right? But I doubt it has anything to do with the shooters. At this point, and this is no speculation. This is just my perspective, right? I guess that is speculation, whatever. It leads me to believe this. I like to think before I say something, especially when it's concerning a crime against kids, right?
Yeah.
You have to think that the individuals that were in this party, okay, not everybody's innocent. We know now these individuals in this party, several of them were targeted. by this other group.
We knew that from the jump.
I don't know if it was for rap music. I don't know if it's for what they said. I don't know if it's for being the opposition, a gang member. But whatever the case may be, these people in this party, not all of them were innocent. A lot of them lived that street life. A lot of them were involved
at a
different level. And there's even been some speculation to put out there, man, that some of them had that coming. Whatever. I don't care if they had it coming. They didn't have it coming at a 2-year-old's birthday party. That I'll say, right? Definitely not. But again, you have to look at it from both sides of the coin. They should have never went to a child's birthday party or even had the birthday party.
You could have had it in Stockton, San Francisco, Sacramento. I mean, not Stockton, Sacramento or San Jose or any of that. Why the hell would you have it in Stockton in the north side when you beef with half the gangs over there? Like, what the fuck? Bro, y'all, like, gangbangers are so fucking arrogant. Oh, my God.
If they knew the city of Stockton was going to be on fire like this, and anyone that knows Stockton knows, they're going to get off where they're mad at. Every time, all the time. It's been happening since the beginning of time. That's just how Stockton is. That's the reputation they uphold. They are a little reckless when it comes to getting off. They don't give a fuck. They'll do it at any place and any time.
Seriously.
And unfortunately, this time they decided to overstep and do it at a 2-year-old's birthday function. And now they're going to get functioned on by the feds, the gang task force, and everyone else, man. And this is going to bring the city of Stockton crashing down upon them because nobody, and I mean nobody, I've seen several content creators from LA all the way to the Bay, and no one is condoning what they did. I've seen several assholes in my DMs, young bucks I can tell because they can put LOL at the end of everything.
Wante wanted to look like a super demon, and he ended up looking like a dumbass. And even the gangbangers are not cool with this. From the Bay to Stockton, even the gangbangers are pissed off right now.
With a fucking
it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Laughing and saying they're glad that this happened. But you know what? You could talk that talk, man. But when you go back to prison or you go in behind them walls, let's see you walk that walk. You're not going to. You won't last 24 hours on a general population main line with charges of that involve children. I guarantee it. Anyways, they found these guns on top of this roof, right? This facility where they were having this birthday party. And it leads me to believe this, right? And this is just speculation. I don't believe the shooters were on the roof. If that was the case, they could have dropped down like commando and got off, right? I don't think that's what it was. I think individuals that were at that party were strapped up probably. They probably had some things on.
If you gotta hide guns at the roof just to be at a venue, you probably shouldn't be there. Go somewhere else. It ain't that serious.
And when this happened, immediately after this happened, here, homie, take those, go put them up, stash them, hide them because fuck, bro. They didn't have enough time to run out and jump in a car and take them or whatever. That's just speculation, man. But there were several weapons. I believe 3 or 4 weapons found on top of the roof of this building. So, people are trying to say, the shooters were up top on the roof. I don't think they would do that. I don't know how they would get up there. But I'm sure you can get up to the roof from inside the facility, right? So it had to be someone that was in there. Whatever, man. The feds are involved now. So that means every nook and cranny, every piece of evidence will be gathered, and it's only a matter of time. I guarantee you this ain't going to be like the Tupac murder. They're going to get somebody. They're going to get somebody fast. See, Stockton is too small of a town for motherfuckers to keep a secret. If you look at the DMs inside videos like this one, or, and I sometimes I see when
Stockton has one of the highest unsolved homicide rates in America. Them motherfuckers are spectacular at keeping secrets from the police. That's not the problem. It's the fact that you got the big dogs, the feds in there, right? So
FBI, open up!
Like, they can't compete with that shit. Look, if it was still domestic and it was a Stockton police thing, I'd be like, I don't know, man. I'm not too confident in this. But the feds, it's cracked, bro. It's over. It's over.
People say a little too much, and I'll erase that.
And good.
Comment
happy
because there's no reason for anyone to be snitching. On my channel, look, shit falls. We don't like it over here, right? There's no reason for people to be throwing names out there of the shooters or anything until it is concrete and put out there, because I don't want you to take the investigation. And even more so, man, we're not trying to do law enforcement's job. They're there. They're doing their thing. We're just trying to console the people of Stockton and tell it like it is, okay? The fact is This is due to gang violence. It's been put out there and it sucks. Now, which gang did it? It doesn't matter at this point. They will get caught. I promise you that. There's no way that these federal agents, local law enforcement, gang task force, and all that are not going relentless and hard because the community is crying out. Now, several community leaders have come together and they're trying to stand their ground. They're trying to, implore the people to help, to watch out, to come together as a community. One thing I'll say is this. It's hard for a community to do that that's been overran by gangs for so long. Okay?
Fair enough.
It's kind of like these rules and regulations are put in place, and there's a lot of people that try to avoid the conflict because they're scared for their family. People can't just get up and move. Some of these people, like I said in another video, it's generational.
And in Stockton, since it's so small, everybody knows each other. Everybody knows where each other lives. We all went to school together. It's like, that's how it is out there. So they're double afraid of doing that shit. Nobody wants to be involved in this shit. I promise you that.
In Stockton, right?
This no longer is cool.
Passed down from great-grandparents to grandparents. Because like I said, not everybody just gets up and says, oh, I'm going to move to Stockton. There's not a lot of jobs in that area. Most people in that area commute to the Bay Area.
Bro.
It's always been like that. See, the 209 Central Valley, there ain't shit there. I know because I grew up there. Modesto, Merced, Turlock, all the way to fucking Stockton, right? There ain't too much going on. So most people, either you have a good highland, like I said, even that's generational. Your father has a job and he plugs you in, right? Or you commute to the Bay Area, get with the union and do what you do. Stockton's the same exact way. So a lot of these people there, they're too busy working and trying to take care of their family, man. And they know that gangs are in certain areas and they're thick and they're doing their thing and they try to avoid it. So it's going to be hard pressed to make a whole bunch of people that are just,
because California is so expensive and the prices there are just right enough to keep you there. My uncle's been trying to get out of Stockton for the last 18 years. And he complains because he can't, because the prices are too cheap to leave. He calls it Stockton. Like, bro, it's bad.
Scared, man, that are just trying to live, come together to fight the oppression of gang violence, but it's possible. Something like this is an eye-awakening experience. When you see children being gunned down unnecessarily, frivolously, and for nothing in your community, you have to step up as a community leader and grasp that podium and hold it down. And that's what they're doing. Okay? And I've seen people try to make this a racial issue. It was black on brown, brown on black, green on white. Look,
bro, what?
Doesn't matter what color a person is.
Stupid ass
idiots. It doesn't matter what flag is hanging out of their left or right pocket. It doesn't matter. All that matters is the mentality of this new generation that are kill or be killed. They're killing everything moving, and they don't care. When they're calling themselves demons, they're bringing demon energy. Okay? Well, guess what energy they also brought? They spoke it into existence. They brought Fed energy. So now that the federal government is involved, now that the feds, right, the FBI is out there, let me tell you, it's only a matter of time. The dragnet is really closing in. I say within this week.
All right, so there you guys have it, man. The feds are officially involved, and now we know why Dougie Threes and Nano were probably arrested. Something to do with the guns on the roof, right? So, man, it's over. That's all I gotta say. Give it about. I've been right so far, so I don't want to ruin my hot streak, but bro, give it about a week. Give it about a week. These dumb niggas are gonna come in. They're gonna get reeled in. It's over. Man, I'm gonna update y'all when I get it soon, man. I just wanted to let y'all know the good and exciting news. God is good. He's answering all your prayers. The feds are involved. They're gonna crack down on these fucking morons if something's gonna happen, bro.